Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to take a quick look at two companies dealing in the gaming and metaverse industry. First, we're going to take a quick look at Roblox. This stock ended 6% on the day and it's down a lot from its all-time highs. They recently just announced their February 2022 metrics, which is something I want to touch a little bit into. We're also going to take a quick look at just some recent kind of metrics that's hitting the overall gaming industry. And this second company I want to take a quick look at is EA Games. They just announced a new game, and I just want to do a quick overview in this gaming company. It's one that hasn't fallen as much from its all-time highs, but it's one that I do believe is looking somewhat attractive and gaming investors should keep an eye on. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for free Discord, free newsletter, and a lot of great investing links. So let's get started. Like I mentioned, two stocks today. First, we're going to start off with Roblox. You can see this is a stock that's down 65% from its all-time highs. The second one is Electronic Arts, which is only down 15%. I do own Roblox at these price points, and I do want to say, hey, if this is not a company I'm overly exposed, I wouldn't mind adding on at these price points, right? At the same time, it's always smart to limit yourself and how much you are exposing yourself into a certain company. Electronic Arts is one I don't have in my portfolio, but the more I look into it, the more I read, the more I want to say it has the potential to enter. So let's take a quick look at Roblox's most recent 2022 key metrics. And let me just say, many people and even myself, right, believe that, hey, during COVID prime time, those were going to be the prime times in daily active users for a lot of gaming companies. And surprisingly, that hasn't been the case for all gaming companies. It's definitely been the case for some. But we can see daily active users were up 28% year over year for Roblox, reaching 55.1 million users. Hours engaged was also up 21% year over year. So they are bringing new users to the platform. I do believe a huge reason for this user growth is they are expanding into international regions or becoming more popular in international regions. The reason I say that is because we can see estimated average bookings per daily active users was down about 24 to 25%. And I do want to say in international regions, you do see bookings per daily active users be on the lower side compared to places like the United States. But they do say that estimated bookings for February is down about 2 to 4%. So not a huge drop in overall bookings for this company. So when I take a quick look at these metrics, first let me just talk about the bullish points. Very, very bullish that daily active users are up 28%. Also, in my opinion, bullish that bookings are only down about 2 to 4%, even though the COVID prime time has ended. Bearish points, right? Estimated average bookings per user has decreased a lot. At the same time, estimated bookings being down 2 to 4%. Even though that was a bullish point, I'm also putting it in the bearish points because no one wants to see bookings decline. At the moment, it's still very important for them to just continue to grow the users.
Let's take a listen to today's sponsor. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You guys know I love finding new investing tools and resources to help me scout out new growth stocks. And right now I have a discount for one of my favorite services The Fool offers. Through The Motley Fool Stock Advisor services, you get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor's average stock picks have done amazing returns. If growing your money is something you'd like to do more of this year, you can visit fool.com/Jose Najarro or click on the link below for access to my special offer and decide if the Stock Advisor is right for you. Thanks again to The Motley Fool, and now onto today's video.
Now I want to focus a little bit more in the United States video games consumer spend. This is from the NPD Group and the Mobile Source Sensor Towers. And we can see, compared to the same time last year, there has been a decrease of about 6% in total video game sales. And all their kind of markets are decreasing. Video game content is down 4%. And for them to only be down 4% compared to the growth they saw in 2020, 2021, I personally think that's somewhat bullish for the long term of things. Video game hardware was one of the biggest downgrades, which was down 27% compared to the same time last year. It does seem, hey, right now, maybe the PlayStation 5, maybe the Xbox, the new Xbox are a little bit older compared to what they were last year, so they're not as popular. We can see video game accessories is down 7% compared to the same time last year. If we can take a quick look at year-to-date change for 2022 compared to 2021, it's down about 4%. Now the second company we're going to take a quick look at is EA Games. Like I mentioned, this is one that's a little bit bigger, not as high growth as Roblox, and it's not down as much. If we recall, it's down 15%. But I do want to say, EA Games is a more mature company. They do have a dividend of about 0.54%, and I do believe in future years that will grow over time. So if I was ever looking for a dividend company but still wanted to invest in the markets I enjoy, EA Games could be one of those potential heavy dividend players in the future. So let me just show what I have for EA Games. First, for those that are not familiar, EA Games has recently done a few acquisitions. In 2021, they acquired Glue Mobile for about $2.1 billion. And in 2021 as well, they acquired Codemasters, which was another gaming company, for about $1.2 billion. And I just want to show that EA Games is using those acquisitions for a purpose. Recently, on March 16th, they did announce a new mobile game, which is MLB Tap Sports. So it's a baseball-style franchise game for the mobile devices. And this game was kind of licensed through Glue Mobile originally, but now since the acquisition, they're able to make this game. This is also the first game that has come out after that acquisition. I do believe there's huge kind of potential here, as Glue Mobile, now with EA Games, who has FIFA, who has Madden, I wonder what kind of other Tap Sports games Glue Mobile can make with the overall EA franchise that they own. And now EA Games also made with Codemaster, who they acquired similarly in 2021. They did release on February 25th a new game called Grid Legends. I don't believe any of these games, I want to say, are very big movers for EA Games, but it just shows that, hey, they are using those acquisitions and the assets that they brought from those acquisitions to kind of increase their catalog. EA Games has recently taken quite a hit. One of the main reasons is their Battlefield 2024 unfortunately was not as successful as they anticipated, but their other franchises like FIFA, like Madden, like Apex Legends, continue to provide strong results. I also want to just show a quick metrics of EA Games. We can see this is a company that, regardless of all the acquisitions that they have made, they still have more cash than debt, and they do have a positive amount of cash flow from operations. I also kind of wanted to showcase, compared to some of its competitors, EA Games, looking at EV to EBITDA forward ratios, is cheaper than Activision, is cheaper than Take-Two Interactive. There might be a reason, right? Activision is getting up from a premium from its most recent being acquired from Microsoft, and Take-Two Interactive tends to be a little bit more high growth company, so there could be a reason for those metrics being a little bit more expensive. At the same time, I do believe EA looks very, very impressive. From their most recent earnings that they reported a few months ago, they showed that this quarter 3 for the fiscal year of 2022, was the largest in company's history for net bookings, and this was a surprise, and cash generation. Net bookings, right? You would expect COVID was the prime time for companies like EA Games, and that's not the case. This is a company that's still able to grow its overall bookings. They show that one of the biggest drivers is their EA Sports catalog has grown 10% year over to date on net bookings compared to 2021. They also mentioned that Apex monthly active players were up 30%. So not only do they have the strength of EA Sports, they also have the strength of Apex Legends at the moment, and players are spending nearly 20% more time in games compared to the previous year. So this is a stock that's definitely taken quite a beating, especially after the failure of Battlefield 2042. So EA Games is one that's not in my portfolio right now, but one that I do believe has the potential to enter. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.